Food on your table, you are committing adultery. Well, you divorce a woman because you did not. Well, you divorce a woman because you did not.
Thank you, my people. We're back again. Here we are, complete home, complete family on this edition today. We want to try and take this topic and put it on a mirror and see where we go from there, to x-ray it and see whether the girl child is being discriminated against in Edo culture, in most African culture. What we are trying to see today is that there has been complaint from the girl child, from the women's side, let me say the girl child, that they are being discriminated against their parental inheritance. My people, as you now know, now pidgin English will they take do this program. Problem day, especially at those states. Other states for that Nigeria, they get their own arrangement, how then they take share their properties. But for Edo State or Benin particularly, you get as it be. For Ishan side, if the father just go, the senior son will take over everything. Now he go they look after in the brothers and sisters where their papa live for grant for them. But for Benin, as you now know, Isha and Benin, them be the same. Only say they come out, they can't they speak slightly different language. But for Benin, we believe say when the man dies the father, the son, the senior son, is meant to replicate the father all the responsibility of the man, of the father that is gone, now done on the senior son. Now the senior son, now he go take over papa, the duplicate. All the thing where papa they do, now he go they do am. For example, if children they will still they go school, when school don't come, now he go look after them. By the time when school never come, everybody go stay for that one house with their papa day before he die. But today now, things come dey change. You go pay school fees. Now you go do the away the ukhure, the staff of office. They go give am the staff of office as the father to continue. That is, the senior son is the head of the house, the head of the family. Not be only say to pay school fees or take care of the family for home. The senior son will take the responsibility of speaking to the departed father, the departed ancestors, which we call a nikao. That has been the institution, that has been the arrangement since from time immemorial, according to Zebudiah. But of recent, when this type of this thing that they call migration started, things started changing. The woman now, the girl child now empowered. Then the responsibility of the senior son now become a bit difficult. For example, senior son no saying go take responsibility of him papa, especially if him papa get plenty property. He not go so much serious for life to go to school, to look for things to eat in the old days. But with the migration, things come to change. With modernization, things started changing. Like that school come out, the aspect of speaking to departed ancestors through the senior son come to go down. Nobody want take give the respect, the due dues to the senior son. One, we say churches, religion, modern churches, modern religions come crumping. So with time now, problem can start. Now, as I said just now, the migration of a thing can maybe empower some of the women. The women now, some of them are complaining that why should the son, the senior son, or the boys or the men take over all the properties? Then the women are left out. But again, some of these people, some of them go school, departed father or departed ancestors, then go school. When they share something, they go share for the women, but they still say not enough. Maybe they want equal. But they forgot that the man is the man duplicating the departed soul, so that the name, the properties can continue. The name will not lose, because when the girl child get married, he go begin the answer in papa, the husband name. He not go answer in papa name. All this now the problems where they. All this now the problem, the things where they inside, where the women not understand. Say na so they arrange am. Can woman go perform the sacrifice for Ogodion or for Awemi? That's the shrine for the ancestors. These are the traditional institutions that has been laid down. So far, so good. The modern churches, the modern religions don't come now. They try to turn everything upside down, that the women should have equal right. And most people, when they talk about this equal right, now most of these people will come up for migration, will come out go overseas, now that they can't talk about human rights these days. I don't want to make problem me want to talk and finish. So people will want to join us talk this thing today, as soon as know them. Some of them they be my friends, some of them they be my enemy. They say I be Okagbe, not Betty. See, all of them just report. I happy say I get my great in-law there, Prince Osas Imudia, instant there, Gidigba. I see my brother there from St. Martins. He stay for Benin, but now Western culture. This na person generation of people wey dem take comot for African life, they can't live for Oyibo, they can't live Oyibo life. His name na Cyrillon Stapleton. Our sister wey dey for my left hand side, if una see me at the face this side now, for the left hand side, na Madam Imotinya, and she be na him be turntable. The turntable, he don't go recruit one of his sister come, make come dey deal with me for here. Una know her, Madam Victoria. Una don dey know her now, the way, the angle where she dey face. Into na person wey sometimes go stand for the middle, sometimes go just vex, go just stand for the woman side, but not be all the time, especially sometimes where the one program wey we go bring come, where one some people they marry, they go the same small girl come they sleep with the husband. Then they make the husband they take and do girlfriend. The girl can't get belle 2 times, 3 times or so. The girl can't yare say, you know, go green or get equal right. So they still they regard them as house girl. So when that matter come table of Madam Motinya, Madam Remy and all, then they nearly killing me. Now let God save me. Otherwise, for not see your Okagbe again. They support the girl. Now I say no, the man must marry the two sisters. He said yes, they agree, but why then go drive and they not agree for that one? Because they don't want to marry her. So make we drop that one. That one not be the topic for today. I just take time tell you now the two of them they do me. To say now me marry all of them now. If for better, not be me. So now when I just talk, don't say my mouth to smell. So my people, I welcome Una. Before I hand over to Madam Motinya, I beg make una share this video, make una just share it. Not only we could talk this type of thing. We want to make other people come to talk, but maybe some of them go join me, some of them go join Madam Motinya and Madam Victoria. Prince Imudia don't come now and be ready to support me. And I remember say, which will make me talk and be say, we get tradition. When Papa die, now the senior son they take over the work of Papa. Now he go stand for front. When they're not well, they get problem, they need to speak to their ancestors, their departed Papa. Now the senior son, now they do one. So today, I welcome everybody. Make una share this video. I don't hand over to Madam Motinya.
Una good evening, my people. Today is another day where we want to talk about game matter. May I explain now the way me I understand and be say why say Papa and Mama go born children. Maybe not get children, I be the senior. Then one boy can't go date the last. Our culture go come say that small boy na come senior the women, and if their papa die, they go come the share inheritance. That the small boy na go fit come choose before the senior sisters. E get one person not be only for Benin. E get one where I look and I see post to our platform. Where a man he born only one girl, only one pikin, he not born another one. His wife not born another one. When the man die now, the brother of the man come say woman not dey take inheritance. Therefore, now he want carry the property of the pikin where they born. He say he want sell the house. He go give small money to the pikin. Make that one go live you. Now the guy say, where he want stay? The man no care. We say na he be man for the family. He say his brother no born man pikin. So woman not dey inherit property. All those ones we want to put. Why e be say women go be senior? Now they go join their papa and mama, make farm, sell for market, build their papa house, take care of papa. Then one small boy where they come born for down, where e go even be the pikin where the senior daughter go fit born. They will come say, now that one by tradition be senior. Now that one we bring today. Hope una understand the way I take talk am so. So may I welcome people wey dey panel. Prince, you are welcome, sir. Pa Cirilon, you are welcome. Sister Victoria, you are welcome.
Everybody,
Imosina, you are welcome. Kaigbe, you are welcome. A person with the following fight. Not be everything Kaigbe see no. Mostly a power don't take for abroad so. So now UK Okagbe now it be past Edo culture Okagbe. So this topic now, I want to start with Pa Prince. As Pa Prince just dey Benin Gidigba. Why e be say papa go get like 8 children? Maybe 7 go be women. The last one go be boy. But when papa die, they want share property. They go start from that boy wey e no even give water to baba make e drink. Why e be like that? Why boy child get value pass girl pikin for Edo culture?
Thank you for your question. Before I give answer to that question, I appreciate every man and woman on the program, and to the viewers out there, depends on where you are. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. I greet you all. That question you asked, my sister, is a very interesting question. If a man have 2 or 3 wives, to our tradition in Benin, this program was is because you wrote Ibota. I don't know if you can translate that Ibota in English. It's a Edo language. Many people will be interested we use the Edo language, but as we are using Pidgin, I still like it. But there is something phenomenal about this question. In Benin language, we say omo, child like child, whether man or woman. But the important why you say if he can't be say papa die, why he always be say na man that they give house to? That is the question. In every family or in most family, women children are very important. They take good care of father and mother. Whether they are in their husband's house, they have the words to tell the husband, say, let's go and see my father or my mother. They are so caring. But to the tradition, they know say, if Baba don't die, that family, as they call it, Gyogbe. If the women don't already be in their husband's house, there are some certain things that need to be done. She may not have time to come on time to put this right. The man can only remain there. They will not say, let's win the house to the man as the first son. If paraventure the woman has become the senior, and the man have other houses. If the family house is given to the boy, the woman will also have right to the second house as a senior among the women. But there are some family who don't go through that the woman back there from the peace, they use that word, which is very bad. But to me, I do ask some questions. If a man have only one daughter, nobody else, like what my sister just said, she will inherit her father's property because it's in the Benin parable and culture. Omo Uwa, child owns house. Omo Egbe, child makes a family. Omo Ogbe, still the same word. A brother can never inherit my property. I can never inherit brother property. Na pikin dey inherit person property. Why should women all be different? That is the question. There is no difference there. Depends on the greed family, or so-called the person they choose as a kagbe. A little one may go and lobby, say I did for overseas or I get money past them. This is how we will do it. Say don't worry. But at the end, these are most of the things you see today that cause disunity in the family. Autonomy debt, what belongs to you, you go and take it. But they don't know. In the name of the Lord, we are not going to church, nothing will happen. Ancestors know this. God Almighty does not support it. So these are most of the things. I want to ask a question before I finally round up here, before you give to another person. If somebody does not have a child and God blesses that person with money and he died, you will see how such useless family will misuse the property. Immediately, the time the person will be sick, they will not say it's my family. Let's go and support to give the necessary needs to this person so that it can still, whether the doctor said he will die tomorrow. Now God Almighty know when she will die or he will die. They will be looking on to when that person will finally die, then they start selling the property. It's very bad. So to your question, my sister, the right a man has as a son to the parents, except their father have a reason, he wrote a will that my first daughter must not take this property. He's my son. What makes him to deny the first daughter for her right? He must prove it. That is why you see some family today, they go to court, they do all this. Disunity everywhere. Child is a child. When you have a, what makes you to marry 3 children and you know you can provide their needs according to your riches? And you know you can provide, sorry, it's like the network is disturbing. You can
we are hearing you. We are hearing you. We are hearing you.
Your riches. So, I hear you, sir. A man that have 3 or 4 wives and you produce 27 children. So you want to tell me now it's only your first son they call a hymen. It's only the one that open way of prosperity to you. The answer is no. What about the progressive one? Even the last born, Natia Alagode, he also have right to take the best among the best as your son. But you will see some. When Papa don't go, any of the family who does not recognize the children, maybe the time the first wife or second wife, third wife He's not cooperative. He doesn't have enough time to be pounding down for the Okagbe to become a slave to anyone. They will not see chance to say, hey, you and your children will not get anything, will not come out. These are very bad. These are most of the situations. As I round it up, to me, if there's opportunity, I will come back again. Child is a child. As is all of your children, make them happy. They make your name with your property. If now only shed or pencil, when you take right, you say, oh, my beloved son, Alagbode, that house belongs to you. This my shoe, add to it. Or the people that share it. You will see the love and the joy will be flowing over the children. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Where I never see understand, maybe we'll shift the question to Epa Okagbe. But for now, may I call Sister Victoria Mama Osa Mejobo. Sister, you're a woman, and we dey see this for our culture. Not be only Edo culture. Some culture dey that Nigeria. I see where they make they crown a woman to sit down for the seat as the throne as a king in that I think it's Yoruba area. But for Edo culture now, why it be say instead when they will give the woman, they will come go they give in brother where it dey on that. How you see that one?
Una good evening, oh brothers and sisters. Today, una good evening, una welcome. This topic, it is very, very heavy to say, because when we want to start, when you look at it in another way, you go see and say sometimes it is selfishness, I call it. But when I still look at the other way, it is their tradition. They call it tradition. That women, when they women that is women that have a hold, why will it be the one that will carry the ukure or carry the assessor to do the assessors? So, but when I look at it, there is no one who called the assessor that the assessor will not answer. It has been so long they have been doing it like that. This is why they are always having problem in that land. Because the children, after giving birth to children, all are women, but unfortunately, you just went outside the marriage and you go, all these children, the first wife, they are all the children doing the necessary thing inside the house. They do everything to make sure the family is happy and they are united, they are working together. But because you just want that name, you don't want your name to wipe away, because when all your guests married, they married to their husband and they go and bear the husband's name, they will not bear your name, and you are looking for someone who will carry that your name. And that your name that you are looking for is now, unfortunately, you just come and meet another woman outside the marriage, and he give birth to you, and he give birth to his child, a male child, and you bring that male child to the house. All the work of all the women, all the work of all the guests you gave birth to, all are in vain. They struggle together, they help you to pack sand, they help you to fetch water to build that house, but of nowhere to you just see somebody just come inside to come and stay in that house. You know, sometimes when they look at it, it is very, very heavy. That is why the family, when they see it like that. That time there is no law to say they put it on paper or they put the family is the one now who will now decide on what to do. When they see that the first wife have just labored for so long, then the okagbe of the people who take care of the burial will try to say, oh, this person, this Uro will not just go in vain. Let us share this house into two. Let us share the house into two so that you carry one part of the house. If it is only one house, this man is not having two houses. Then they will now say, okay, the guest should take the other part of the house. But some people say no, they cannot be able to accept it like that. That where the senior son house, they don't share it. You have to stay in that house. Is the owner of all the whole house. But the first one who labor will just labor in vain. That is why it is causing so much problem and so much pain to all those women that work the work. I join my brother to say, when my brother said, it is true. If the man, the child, but before you know, the child is coming into that house, don't labor the first wife. Don't labor the first wife or the first children because they are just women. You know they are women, don't labor them. Don't use them because you are looking for who will carry your name. Don't use them. Just let them do their own. Tell their mother, the children you are having is women. Anything you are having, do it on your own. But no, you use those children. You bring them into the being, you let them labor for nothing. Somebody from outside will come and just inherit everything. It is not good. That is what I'm saying. It's not good. But if the family can look at it and say, okay, let us share among it to the other women, you will see it is good. Share it. There is love in sharing. When there is a no, we cannot share. That is where there is problem. That is where there is problem. When we share, and with the love of sharing, then the house will grow on. There will be no trouble. But when you don't like to share with your partner, you don't like to share with other, you just coming in, and because your child is the first one, you try to make sure that everything don't go out of it. It is not good. This is why they are having problem in the property of all those what they said they are the family. This is why they are having family problem all the time. What I'm seeing there is that the men, if you know you have all the women and you have all, before you die, please put it on paper, whatever you want to do. Share it between yourself. Let the other family see the paper. And when they see the paper, and the court decided on what you say within yourself, you will see there will be no fight among the children, there will be no fight among the wives, and there will be no fight among the family. Share your things before you die. Put it on paper so that the children should not go after it and start fighting. That is how
you do well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You really expatiated the whole thing. The next person where me I want call now. Pasiri Long, our Edo brother in
Caribbean.
I don't know if this type of culture exists in Caribbean. Whereby we have let's say the first 5 are people, or the first 4 are women. The last 2 are men. Then when they want to set the father property, after he has gone to be with Lord, they will start sharing from the junior one, which is a boy, because it's a boy. Is it practiced in Caribbean like that?
Good afternoon and good evening to everyone. It's a very interesting topic today. And indeed, it is. But here in the Caribbean is a culture continues almost from the motherland, Africa, and especially West Africa. There are very much similarity to what we do there in Benin, which I totally agree with the tradition there of the Edo people. The family succession should remain in the name of the family. For example, a family like, let's say, for example, Izebua. That's the family name. The owner of the property is Izebua. That property should continue in the family's name forever. You should do exactly all it takes to remain that property within that family. The name continues. There's a value in the name. You do not want your family name to be erased. That house belongs to the Abasikis. It stays within the Abasikis. That house belongs to the Izeyamus. It stays in the Yamus. This house belongs to the Tinibus. It stays in that family. And that is why the only person that carries on the name of the family is the son. The male children, they carry on with the family name. The women, the girls, they're bound to be changed. When they married, and Izeyamu or Yamu married to a Williams, her name changes to a Williams. And Izebua, a son of Izebua, is born, his name is Izebua. When he's married, that name doesn't change. It stays. The sons, they carry on the family name. It will not erased. The inheritance of the forefathers, our fathers, our family stays intact. And we, the male, have that responsibility to carry on. So whether or not the last child out of 15 is the only boy or the only son, he deserves the right to maintain or take control of the family possession, because the family name will continue. The woman, your name will change. You will change the name of your father and take the name of your husband. That name changes. And so is the property. And what happens? There goes the property of the original owners. I am a Stapleton. Very soon I will change it to a Musigo. So I was born Stapleton. And here is, I am the firstborn of my mother, of my father. And he dies. But my other sister, which is the second-born, she's married, and she married, let's say, a Swanston. There goes Stapleton. She changed the name of my father's estate. I'm going to give you a perfect example of my mother's last will. I can remember it too well because my mother was born at Chiverton. She married to a Stapleton. She bought her father's estate from him in 1957. The cost of 25 EC dollars. It's equivalent to maybe $10 US. The property now becomes the property of my mother. But then she is married to a Stapleton. So she now changes from a Chiverton to the Stapleton. The property now becomes a Stapleton because she is now a Stapleton. My mother becomes also of African descent because remember her forefathers, they were brought over to the Caribbean as slaves way back. And so she brought the tradition of our ancestors out of maybe Nigeria, Ghana, wherever they're from. They brought it here to the Caribbean. And my mother stayed with that tradition in her will. Listen to me very, very carefully. Listen to this very carefully. In her will, she states, now she had 7 daughters and the rest were boys out of 15. And in her will, she states, under no circumstances should any of the estate, her estate, the stable estate, be given to any of her daughters. Even though they were her children. And the reason for this is that they will go and marry to another person, maybe a Williams, maybe a Henderson, maybe an Oscar. And there goes the Stapleton's name. The property is no longer under Stapleton. We, the sons or the male, we carry on the family name. And so, therefore, the family asset should not be changed. And the only reason that will not change is if the male goes on to the males, because their names will never change. Let me say this to you. It's a very good tradition. And I say congratulations to the Edo people, the people of Benin. That tradition is the correct one. Never, never give away, sell, or change the name of your ancestors. Stapleton, it stays Stapleton. And if the woman, because they're married, will change that name, do not give it to them. I completely agree to leave the property under the family name. Male, our boys, should have the task of making sure that happens. The woman, they can change the name when they marry. They can, their husband now can go and find a place for them because they are going to carry their name. I take my cap. People in Edo State.
Thank you very much.
Right thing to do. Congratulations and keep it going. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
According to people now said, which means women, because they will marry and change to their husband's name, property will not be given to them. Why is it that women are not recognized in our culture? Why is it that they value even the younger boy more than the senior woman in the family?
Are you talking to me?
Before we come.
Thank you very much. At least I'm happy. Stapleton agree with me. Stapleton agree with me. He saw everything that the reason why it should stay with us, why we should have, the property should remain. But one thing I didn't tell Stapleton is that when I was doing the introduction, you see, the men these days, some of them have more than one properties. Like my father, he died in 1965. 18 children. Most of them are women. But though some of them, they've gone now. When my father died, not every male child was able to get a building. But my father had a lot of landed properties, farms, and very few houses. The few houses went round to the men. Then the land were shared among the junior male child and the women, the girl child. That's how it is done in Benin. They don't completely leave them out. They do get, but the problem is that they cannot get buildings. They cannot get houses. But if the departed soul has had many houses, of course it will go round. The way we share properties in Benin is when the first son choose, normally where the father lives, where they bury the father, the first son will take that building. Then some family will go for the second son because it's a Edo culture practice a polygamous family. If, for example, from my mother's side, I'm the senior son, the eldest, I will take one. Then the next woman, the next wife, the second wife, will take the second house. Then the third boy will take another house. Then when all the male children, they've got their own buildings, then they come back again. If there is still building, houses remaining, the first daughter takes that. The first daughter will take that building. Then the second daughter go round like that. After they've gone round, like in my own case, 18 children, after they've gone round the 18 children, then they will come and start again with the male eldest son. Till the landed property is finished before they start talking about other little things. But definitely the car that the departed soul was driving when he was alive goes to the first son, or it might go to the other woman child who could not get a house. The problem started again when some members of the family, when the owner or the father dies, they will go and bribe the family, the most eldest member of the family, so that they bury the departed soul, the departed dad, in their own, in the most expensive property. That might be the new one, but normally the Edo culture dictates that Igiogbe, that first house, the father who died may have inherited that house from the father. That house supposed to be for the first son. But in most modern life, most senior sons do not accept that because that one appears to be the oldest house. He may not like it. The modern house that the father built, he will fight tooth and nail, and in most cases, it come to issues, problems, and that their father should be buried in the new or the biggest house, so that when it comes to property sharing, the first one will take the biggest house. All these things come to cause problem. By so doing, they're not going to follow the thing well again. Like Stepochi talk, Cyrillon, he talk say he see the advantage of the house being kept in a family. And the same Benin people get this culture, get this saying, say that the day they born a woman, a girl child, that na the day where the girl child leave the house. He will be married out to another man, and he will be answering a different name, and they've started family. And nobody wants such a thing. By so doing, the man who is the great tree, if no house is given to the senior son, that man is completely wiped out. All his achievement, his history, all his artifact gone. So the Benin tradition is not bad so much. It's just that where this agitation starts now, be say the women, they get right to the land. If their papa get plenty property, then they reach their hand. And when their mother dies, it is not the same way they share man's property that they will share woman property. But in most cases, the thing they cause trouble. But definitely, the first son of that mother would take the house if the mother has one. Then all other things with the other girl children are shared equally. Woman, would you be happy that the property of your husband is being given to your daughter, then your daughter will take it to another place? You see, people are just fighting for liberty, equality, because they've seen development. In Great Britain, where I live, not very many people will have plenty houses to share. But one house, they've paid mortgage for years. When their dad dies, they will sell that property and they will share the money among the children for them to get a kickstart in life. Some of them who do not have a mortgage will have opportunity to use that money as deposit to pay for mortgage. And those who have had their mortgage for a long time, they finish payment, they can take that money and pass it on to the great grandchildren. But we should not forget, the Western world, they do not encourage many children. Like my papa get 18 children. This na the difference wey our people not see. Our women are not looking at. But years gone by, the Western world were having many children too. They had farms, the aristocrat, the landlord and all. They have land, their children will work in that farm and they keep it on in the family. When one dies, then the first son, the daughter, they take over the farm. They don't sell it. But of recent, about 10, 15 years ago, when they started downsizing their children, when they die, maybe the children, they don't have interest, they will just sell the house to go and live either in Spain or look for another place. Let's say if your father has a home in London, they will just sell that house in London, they will get plenty money and go to northwest or southwest or go outside London to go and buy one small property and live there and use some of the money to buy big car and start living fine. They don't have time again. Things have changed. This diversity where we now have a LGBT, and I know it will be LGBT now. So woman they live with woman, man they live with man. So the whole thing can't get as it be. One thing I don't understand, this property they argue about, we met them on earth. And when we die, people will see, we will leave them behind. This is where the problems which our women agitating for equal rights in Africa are now arguing. I would like to pause now for other people to continue.
Pa, thank you so much. Nana, me want contribute my own.
Yeah.
My own be say, if our children come from the same father, we all believe say na God born all of us. God no say make men they breathe air, make women not breathe. If other culture dey, like the one I see now for Yoruba land, where woman they make am king because na him be senior daughter. I don't see any reason. If we come, they say because the woman go change name, we are being selfish. We dey deprive the woman of the rights of his papa. He get one song I be say make a put. The meaning of the song be say, you people dragging for property. He said, be careful, because that person that labor to have that property
It's still
has
gone.
just passed away. The person that labor to have that property just passed away, which means you that is inheriting it, you are going to leave that property one day, whether you sell it or in any case may be. Pikin be girl, because na girl, na senior, they will come pass and go give property to boy, all because na boy. And in most cases, most of these boys don't even take care of the family. There was a time in Nigeria where senior son, whether na he last or na he senior, then many of the call, whether I will say they're depressed or they're crazy, so I don't know. Because we too lay emphasis on this property. We too lay emphasis on this property. We tend to value some of our children more than the other one. And in most cases, now these women get children, where would they say, make it, if he change name, the property go be. Okay, let's assume because I'm a woman, I will change name. Waiting for reach my hand for my papa property, make I take care of myself. Out of selfishness, they will say they no give me. No culture should be selfish to the children. We are all children of that person, and share the something according to. Okay, we get one example when they pass it up, say the senior son, the senior son they carry. It happens that one of my friend here, the father nearly spent more than 3 years in mortuary. The papa get house for village. Now there in papa day. And the papa constantly build one fine building for Benin where he no stay, but na village. The house where he dey village don't old well. Okay, because the father died now, and the senior one no say, if papa talk and down say, if I die, anywhere I die, take me to my village to bury me. Because the son was so selfish, make he carry that fine house where he did town. He go against the father's will. Just because he knows if he bury papa for village, now that village he go come carry. Which means the younger ones go carry the one where he did town. Then the younger ones come say, now what the papa talk, now we go follow. The senior one say, what the papa dog don't be dead man story. Now papa get the property, now he talk the way he want it. But most of this senior son, because of this inheritance, they put they lazy. They don't want to do anything. They go even they count on the day their papa go just go. make property be their
From
own.
their own. Yes.
But let's assume they share the property according to how they take bonjour. Whether you be man, you be woman, no. In as much as God create man and woman, he no say woman no breed, men breed. While one culture go come discriminate woman against men. Not be only our culture. Even if you look the Bible even talk and say a woman should keep quiet inside the church. Anything where you want here, make it go they ask in husband. But because of the loss for money now, many pastors know they look there again. Now offering and tithe, they come they look. I don't know whether is it a sin to be a woman? Is it a sin? So I don't really know. And it can't go they create hatred among children.
Yes.
It can't make children not love themselves again. That love where is supposed to be father's children or mother's children. Apart from saying marry another woman, I get one greedy friend, and that one make me separate from her when they grow come. Your papa first get children before the papa come marry his mama. Okay, his mama first get other children too before he come born her. He first get other children for elsewhere. But when his mama die and his papa die, this one girl want talk. He say make them know because now when his papa marry his mama, now his papa fit build house. Which means now the way he dead down, now go get the house. That says your senior wants to call. And when the mama comes to die too, now so they discriminate between herself and the children when in mama first born for another place. Or because of property. For how long person go stay for life, make it come value property more than that blood of a brother or a sister.
Okay.
How long? If you see most houses for Nigeria, for that our Benin now, go there. Some don't be a desert because since they go give the wrong person where you know the others fear not let them enter there. Who they give, fear not go let her enter there. Who they not give, he not go enter there. Now Sousa can fool all these houses just because if woman inherit property, he go marry. Well, sir, I thank God for my own father. As he share for men, now so he share for women. I just thank God for that. But if to say men, they rethink, say these children are me born all of them. Waiting there your position, now you go take. You will see say families are the best people that should be in one's life. You will see the same father and mother now. Or immediately they will just they play. Immediately that papa or mama die, enmity don't come. Now from inside dance, now then they start up. The so-called Egbego say the junior one will be man come first dance. And maybe the junior one, you don't see money contribute for the burial. Now the women, now the women and their husband now contribute. So now culture where they against women. And I pray if there is any way
they can
make
change
that no pikin, no they value. If not be this abroad where it come, get pikin most in some houses be not get value. You will see papa go get children. Now who tell him he go born children where you know if he take care of? Nobody. He go say he go train only the men. He not go train the women. And at the long run, some of the men book not that their brain. The time they spend in school will be wasted. So good make we discriminate against women. So now that one means to contribute. Then we have to go around again, as I will call Pa Prince, is it really correct that women should be treated like that? Whether they carry property, go marry, or they not carry and go marry. Is it good?
I thank you for your question once again. It's very disgusting to see some family acting in such attitude. And it's also disgusting when you see some children disuniting themselves because of property. So your question is not good, but I am proud of my culture. My culture, Benin culture never say you should not give something to your female daughter. As we have said, the family house belongs to the man, which we call Idiome. For a woman going to the husband's house, what they do, she have a room in the family house. They never say you don't have right in that family house. That is where the unity comes. If they want to do remembrance, the senior brother called the women and brothers together to remember the past, to speak about the future, love and unity. But some families today, to their dubious attitude, they now use it when people hearing it or seeing it, they say it's Benin culture. No, I don't support that. And it's not Benin culture. It's your personal attitude. That is why I do say, when people say we are the same, I say no, we are not the same. Because of attitude and character. So, Benin culture, as a polygamy home,
Unity.
if you, as a father, you have 2 wives, you were not able to build as you don't have land. And one of your female daughter was able to struggle to come and build house and put you. You will be proud. Which I tell builders, now my daughter, build up for me. People start praying. They already know it's your daughter that built the house. And she will go to the husband's house. Do you want to tell me if you die? The family will now say, because you have no son, that house does not belong to that your daughter? The answer is no. Hello, good
day, my people. My name is Osigwa Maikiruka, and I am the chairman/CEO.
So, that house, they know is for your daughter. And the daughter knew it's my house, but it's been, I give it to my father, I build it. Nedotie Arabiomo or Moe Bioma. Or feed me before I die, not after my death you start making canopies. But some families today or some children, they devastated everything. They now say Benin culture. It's not Benin culture. Then secondly, my sister talked about they crown a woman in Yoruba land. Any Oba in Yoruba land is not comparison to my great Oba of Benin. Yeah. The Oba in Yoruba land is like our chiefs. They all know. Nedotie Obieri Oba. We have princes. We give them honor. Princes know their limit. They know their roots. Women, everywhere. These are tradition. You in waiting, your senior brother is there. They call you. Come and inherit this ukure. You will run away. If that is what you want, they will give it to you. For example, but away in your Fiagafia, are you backward? Have you ever seen a woman that wear that a backward? The answer is no. That's Benin tradition. What's here? Ukiraba, Okoyesage Kantono Sanu Dazi. Emi Bun Nemini no Wekian Seti Yase, Ekenemi Oye. Okonoi Kawe Runduku, Inya warning. There are many churches today. You see women, they say they are pastors. They never ask themselves, see, because of the greediness, they are pastors, women. Now women, they talk so when they say they want to be king or whatsoever. Or they want to be this. If you are having your menstruation, you are a pastor woman. You start laying hands on men to kneel down for you, and you know you are under menstruation. What kind of prayer you think you are praying to prosper those people? You are condemning them. You know what I'm talking about. It's the same thing our traditionalists. We honor women. There is no secret you will be in, woman will not be there. But you can't say all, because there is also a saying in our tradition, I know for you maneuver. When you go to the deep and women go with you, that secret must reveal immediately. Only if you know your kind, if you know concurrent, no kind tradition, the real tradition. As my brother Cyril talking, is the man that owns the name of the father not to go that make them retain that family house. But the woman will go and marry and change to the husband, but she have a room in the family house. Because he already ordained, we didn't say go come. I know where they ring. But when you visit with your family and children, you tell them the story. Now here be my room where I sleep before. Like this. The Lord. Now my family house. But that does not make that family to say the women among that family will be ignored. They have no right for property. The answer is no. They have right. Or more. Or female children, they are so more sympathetic. I'm not saying men are not good, though. I'm condemning me, I'm condemning myself. No matter the situation, when you are old or whatsoever, now woman will quick bring food. The load one man they carry is more than trailer load. Carry your family home, carry your wife home. Think of this, think of that. Why man not go die before woman? So now the property you come to fight for, the answer is no. We must speak about the love and unity to unite ourselves. But some so-called family who are greed, and some children who want to, little one want to betray their senior one in the name of Kagbe, I get money past my senior brother. Now, so I want her. No one go to the house in village or whether my senior or whatsoever. As my sister said that song just now, somebody when he gets something die liver. You when he inherit and you say you go still die liver. So to me, our tradition is so super. Now, most of the family they change with it, they change with it their family, not Edo tradition. Edo tradition give things to their children, whether female or whatsoever. Then I want to use this opportunity to the new generation. Being a prince or being no matter how wealthy you are, a problem you think you cannot solve, don't create it for yourself. Because the Bible already said that good name is better than riches. Mostly women too, when they say, hey, so far if they respect me, if I be number 3, no problem. No, now they cause the problem. Una. Whether husband, so I heard from a young girl at the time, men, she get money, men, a Vito 3 for 2 kobo. If he buy man, build that for him, he will change the man. Now I tell her, say, if me I not get money, it's better I remain my poverty. You can't see me buy for 1 kobo. Because I know who I am, I know where I'm coming from. I believe in my culture and I remain with my priesthood tradition. Why am I saying that? We must know how to be contented with what we have. We must allow greed not to take away.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So God bless you. As I say again, before I round it up, to give chance to another person. Family, a good family. Don't ignore your female daughters. Child not child. But the family house, whether you have many or you don't have many, the family house belongs to the first son. If my woman be the first daughter, and the boy are the second, if they win the house to the first boy, the woman still have a room there. Not that she's coming tomorrow say, I dey go my father house, I'm not marrying again. It's not for that purpose. It's for the love and unity. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Pa Siri Long.
Yes.
Is Pa Siri Long there?
Yes. It is so interesting. That's a beautiful, beautiful speech you just gave there, Princess Sass. But
God bless you.
with me, I will always be in favor of the father's son. They carry on the family's name.
Yes, that's what saying.
I'm saying this, and I want you to listen to me very carefully. I came to Benin. I love the people. And I will always love the Edo people. I made a tradition of which I understood my mother very well, helped me to understand the way she make her judgment. And I can almost assure you that it came from directly from Benin. When I came back to the Caribbean in 1980, my mother, she was on the last stage of her life. She had just 4 or 5 months to live. My mother sat me down and she told me everything about her estate. And she said to me, she inherited her estate from her father. She eventually bought it from him. It is now not Chiverton, but Stapleton. Because she married to a Stapleton. And she's very proud of her family name. And that is why she purchased the property from her father, the Chivertons, and now it become a Stapletons. Now listen to this. A couple of years after my mother passed, she died before my father. I went up to to rebuild my mother's house, the house in which I was born. And I was stopped by one of my mother's daughter, my sister. She wanted to claim the estate. And one person she wanted to be eliminated was me, Siwilan, a Mosigo, Stapleton. And so I protested her decision and went to the courts. They asked me for my birth certificate. And I asked my lawyer, asked the question, why? She said, you might not be your father's child or son. I want you to listen to this very carefully because it's coming from a woman, my sister. She says, the reason why I'm not entitled to that estate is because the estate is in the Stapleton's name, and I might not be my father's child. Now, pay keen attention with that wording. You are not my father, your father's child. But remember, the estate belongs to my mother, who before she married to the Stapleton was a Chiverton. And because of this tradition, of which I think she got from her ancestors from Benin, she wanted to make sure that the estate is in her new name now, which is Stapleton. She wanted to protect the Stapleton's name. I provided my birth certificate. They didn't satisfy with that. I did the DNA. And glory be to God, I am the son, the child of the Stapleton.
Hallelujah.
That's my father's name. That estate to this day, because of that decision,
don't cry, Sirilong,
remains in the Stapleton's name. But I, the son of my father, was being kicked out, was supposed to be kicked out because I am not my father's son.
Sirilong, take it easy.
I am a Stapleton. I am a Stapleton. And that will never change. Because their father is my father. And I will never deny them who their father was. The Stapleton's property, the father's name must be protected at all costs. The last will of my mother stated it so clearly. Her son carries the family's name. And so the estate should be divided among her sons. To God be the glory. I think my mother, she made the right choice. I am proud of her.
Thank you, Sirilong. Sirilong, don't cry. Don't cry.
I am my father's child.
I know. Hold it back.
I will never change that for no one. And no one will ever change the estate of my father. It is Stapleton because of my mother. She had value. My father and his name. To God be the glory. God bless every one of you.
Thank you very much, Sirilong.
Thank you. We appreciate you. And we are happy we now have somebody that lives in another side of the world. She's telling us how to do them. As the Okagbe of Edo Kingdom, as the Okagbe, if you are now called that there is a family where they have 6 children, the first time they are women, the last one is a boy. Who will you give the inheritance?
Say
And
it
if
again.
the father has just one house,
Say it again, please.
okay, I said, for example, as your Okagbe one of the sisters,
Yeah.
he get papa, now only one house left, but he get 6 children. And the
Yeah.
6 children now, the 5, may I just say, the 5 of the children, they be women. Now one woman
Yeah.
born am. Then one girlfriend wey he get for outside, he come born boy. If they make you share property for these children now, how you want to share am? The 5 children wey the man born for house, na you go share property give, or you go carry, na only one house he get to, or you go carry the house go give for that boy wey he born for outside.
Thank you. Thank you. That thing where you just talk, so it happened for my family. My father's house, just like Cyril. I just get emotional with Cyril now. I just get the same problem with Cyril. When my papa died, my senior brother is supposed to take the house in the village, which is 6 miles away from the city. Big, massive house like palace. So many rooms. When it was getting to the time my father is going to die, my senior sister and my senior brother, they came from the same mom. My senior sisters, the first wife of my father, had the first daughter, first son for my father.
Mhm.
Then the second wife had the second daughter and senior sons for my father. When it was getting to the time for my father to go die, my senior, all my senior sister, my elder sisters, we didn't know. They asked my father to come to Benin City, to the town, unknown to the rest members of the family that this was their plan. So when my father died, they said that property in Benin, they should bury my father there. Whereas my father lived all his life in the village. He was always coming to the town. This, we are talking about 1965. So when my father died, when it comes to the time of sharing the properties, my senior sister, very influential. She's the mother of a popular woman, which everybody knows, Felona. They said, the family said my father should be buried in the house in the village. Then they said no, because they are influential, they went to the Oba of Benin, Oba Kenzwa, shared my father's property. If I'm lying, Prince Osas is my in-law. He knows everything. So at the end of the day, my senior brother who inherited the house lost his first son. Today, as I speak to you, that house in Uzebu, Owege, was given to the first daughter of my senior brother. I tried to raise objection, but they told me, well, keep quiet. But when I look at the tradition of Benin, it is the truth. There's nothing you can do. is in line with our tradition. That where it comes to, it dawn on you that you don't have a first son, the house go to the senior sister. That is how they do it in Benin. To me, in Benin, it's a perfect arrangement in our tradition because the Benin is the cradle, Edo is the cradle of civilization, whether they like it or not. If they can have this kind of arrangement years, 100 or 1,000 years ago, I think it's good. Even in the Bible, when God created Adam, God put Adam to sleep and took the rib to create the woman. So in the Bible, traditionally, spiritually, the man is the senior or the eldest in any family household. Two sailors cannot sail a ship. As an Okagbe, if I'm done with that kind of situation, and I've seen it happened in my family, the woman takes it. But the most painful part of it, my father was very popular and a great man, but that house is owned by a family which we don't know till today. Okay, good. The same tradition said you only need £12.50 to marry a woman. And £12.50, that girl or that lady is now the owner of my father's house and all the shrines. Then on my own, I got a big land. My sister got a big land. All our father's children, they all got landed properties. But now that the world is going up, we are modernizing. I think it is time if we suggest that when father dies, if it's one house, all the children should share it room by room. But there will be a time the man will move out or the woman will move out to go and build that room will be there. It will be hard. Just equally, I think they have to behave like the British Empire. They will sell the house and share the money. By so doing, they will sell the grave as well. This is where we are watching. This is where we look. The British Empire, they will not do that because they bury all their loved ones in the cemetery. I have an uncle. He owned that house in Wire Road, very close to Samutaka. He didn't have any children. When he died, somebody, by law, if they were to go by tradition, Benin tradition, I'm supposed to inherit that house. But another person came out from the family to say it's his turn. And he sold the house and he told everybody that he would share the money to everybody. I said, no. At the end, what happened? The Igbo man who bought the house removed the bones. If I'm lying, Osas is there. Remove the skeleton and put them on along Wire Road. I got a phone call. I told him, listen, I'll send you to grave. I'll put you to sleep if you don't do what is necessary to those skeletons, those bones of my uncle. So the money he sold the house, from the proceeds from the house, he used it to quickly go and build another house to put the bones. So I'm in favor that the law should be modified, the custom should be modified to suit the modern days. Girl child can have, if there are plenty houses to go around, girl child can have. But if there are not many, girl child can have land which they can build together. Nobody will like it now. You are a woman, Madam Wetinya. Your son maybe inherit your properties. Then your son would now go and I mean, your daughter will inherit your property and take it to another family. Your legacy is being tampered with. This is where we watch. This is what we see. The elderly, the ancestors saw when they made that law. And when they made this law, this tradition, they did it envisage that they will one day leave their village, their environment, to go to another city or go to overseas to live. This is where the problem is. Again, it's done to migration. People traveling, leaving their country, leaving their inheritance, they go. Look at the people here today now. Last week, we did the program that most of them will not go back home. They've all started having children here. At the old age, when they go home, when there is no good medical system, they will always come back to developed country where they stayed before to live. So what time would they stay in that property? It's just mouth. We've had cases where senior son will sell the house to travel to overseas and they will deport them. That house is gone. A lot happened in Benin. So with this now, let us now see and what solutions we can put advice, because we are all getting old now. We will one day become the Okagbe or the head of the family. Like Cyril Stapleton said, he said traditionally that the mother may have picked the idea that the property should live within the family, and that is the Stapleton family. In a way, Stapleton is lucky that he was able to go to court because of their culture and their customs is mixed with Western culture. It's mixed with Western culture. It was easy for him to go through. And that Western culture or Western education that made the sister to start dragging. Otherwise, if we're to be in Africa, his sister supposed to know that it belongs to Stapleton. So if I'm lying, if I lie, make una live on with Prince Osas Imudia to verify what I've just said. Mr. Prince, am I lying?
Matowe, you will not lie.
No, I don't want you to flatter me and say Matowe.
What
happened?
Continue. Ezon and I can rock your men of come up here.
So do have you tell me that make a mistake?
What happened is what you said.
Yes.
In addition to my brother, I feel the pain from my brother Mosigo. As you said, we retain names. You see some ancient and old houses in Benin today. Is the name that keep it, not the word. That is my father's house. That is my mother's house. What makes that name is the child. So we don't discriminate whether boy or girl. But to the family house is the boy that keep the name. May God not let you, a woman, go and marry a stupid man that will turn your face not to know where you're coming from. Where you have to go back to complain is your father's house. They will not caution you to talk. What has he done? They make settlement. Your family will never support you, say, don't marry. They can't send, because tomorrow, when suffering, nobody can help you. You will turn against them. Now, don't take me come out for my husband's house, this one. And now here I can't stay this. That is why a good family encourage their daughter to support them, to advise them, to make sure they stay in their husband's house. But that does not mean they don't. family. Home is home, but man owns the name of the family. As a Ohovia, whether it's a king in Yoruba land or wheresoever, in Benin, Miami Ohovia, or in Bagan or or whatsoever.
I have a question.
Go on.
Ahead. Ask your question.
Okay, I have a question before our prince come back. Is it good to share Igiogbe, what they call Igiogbe, that is the family home? Is it good to share it among two women? Not two women. The man marry two women. And this one have a male child, the other one have a male child. But there is no other houses in anywhere. Is it good to share that Igiogbe for the two children? Because this one have children. This one have
yes, as a
I've said it before.
Yes, yes.
Do I talk?
Yeah.
Go on.
So my sister question said, you have two women, two sons.
Yeah.
How do you share the house as a Igiogbe for the two male sons?
Yeah.
And there are still other ones like women.
Yes.
But among the two sons,
Yeah.
or two different women.
From this, yeah.
If the first wife is the first wife,
Yeah.
and she happened not to have the first son, and then the second wife can't have the first son,
Yeah.
then the first woman now get first daughter.
And
So
first, the two
first
women
daughter.
have this man married to two women. The first
Okay.
wife have the first son and have other children. He later married another woman which have also a son in the first and have other children behind the child. So now he's now gone. If they want to share the property among the family, which they are family now, they want to share the property among them. Is it good to share the house they all live in? They all went to school together there in, with the two women living in, with their children living in before their father passed away. Is it good to share that house into two or not?
Yes.
Okay.
By tradition,
Can I help him?
They share it.
Okay.
By tradition, how they share it? First, to the women, they can still stay there maybe 3, 4, or 5 years if they decide they want to marry another man. When time comes, the women have no. But for the children, the first son holds the name of the father and the house. And they will not tell him, take your fellow brothers as your son now.
Yeah. Okay.
The other first son from the other one, they will not give a room from that same house to that one. If I don't know how many rooms it could be in that house. If it is room and parlor, maybe 8 rooms or 12 rooms.
Yeah.
They share it for them. And their mother is still there till their mother decides to leave. If the senior first boy that they with that house to said, because of my job, I am going to the city or I am no more there, does not mean he's going to quit the brothers away, saying he won't put rent. No. He always pronounced love and unity upon that house. If he didn't stay there again, maybe he has his own house, he always come. Anything they want to do is the one calling on a meeting. Waiting we want to, I want to see everybody. My sister, your junior sister want marry. He want bring husband, like that house. That is
now, bros, Igiogbe house, Igiogbe, what they call Igiogbe, can be divided into two. one part to the other and one part to the other.
You are the one looking it is divided. It's not divided, and we are talking of the unity. They give the house to the senior to retain the name of the family. They take your brothers and sisters. You, we are not sending you, say, we give the house, so I will stay there. You, this your room, this your room, this your room. Now the same way when our father day life, when he get the house, he day one room. He don't send any of una away. So everybody sit there with the room with their mama, and the same way.
But must one person own the house?
Own that house.
Can I come in? Can I answer it? No. Let me explain it to you. You didn't explain it proper. Igiogbe, Sirilon, Igiogbe is a house. Maybe your father inherited it from your grandfather. That is, maybe your grandfather inherited it again from the great-grandfather. Over the years, there might be additional buildings. Maybe there is some land, like if you go to Evieme now, street, if you know about Evieme, they normally have big land surplus at the back. So they'll build another one there, they'll build another one. They might even have 3 houses at the back for those who did not sell any part of their own. So what happened in such position, Madam Victoria maybe didn't explain it properly. Over the years, they may have different buildings there, but the main Igiogbe is owned by the senior son.
The first son.
The first son.
That is just maybe, what I just want to know.
Maybe there is a story building at the back. It can go to the second son. But if it does happen that the story building at the back is where their father is now living because it's modern, the family can decide to say, you take this one, but the land or the other building to your second son. It's just like what happened to one of our sisters who is on the comment section, Bella Naomi. The house belonged to the mother. Then this land, the senior son didn't look after the house. She now lived in Europe, and when she visited, though, she found out that the house was in a dilapidated state. She decided to renovate it. But she was saying that if this house was given to a woman or share among all of them, one room each, maybe the house would have still be in a good state when she met it, better than when she met it the last visit. But what she's not thinking about is that if everybody own a place and the house is dilapidated, nobody will repair it. Nobody will look after it. If peradventure one dies, that house, that room will be difficult to share again. But if there is extra land, people like Bella, when they have money, will speak to the senior brother. Brother, this place now, instead of you selling it to another person, I just pay you, I collect it. This money we are talking about now, this land we are talking about, sometimes when you look at the value, it ain't worth it. It's just as a matter of the women traveling overseas, they've seen equal right, they feel that they've been cheated, that they too supposed to have. It's not possible unless you're going to bring your husband property so that you bring it to the family, who can share it. This is how it goes for it to balance. Edo is the cradle of civilization. If I give you my papa house, you go bring your husband and come join our papa home. What if the man leave you tomorrow and the family drive you away? My papa house will just to go. These are things people are not seeing. All these houses we are talking about, at the end, a lot of them, half of them, now our brother or person we know us from, we not even know us, now they sell the house for the village because you've seen a better life. You are living a better life in Europe or in America. You're no more interested in what is happening down there. Even if you, your child knows it. Your child will go there and sell the property and come and buy a beautiful car in Europe. So, in a way, I think the Benin proposition of the Benin custom as regard the estate ownership or inheritance, I think is the best. It needs some bit of modification and repair. Two sailors cannot have a ship. But these days, this modern life, just like me now, if I drop dead today, because I want my name, my legacy to go on, I will look at the situation per se. If the first son loved Nigeria and I live in Nigeria in my last days, the first son can have it. If the first daughter loved Nigeria and I believe that she will ever cherish Nigeria, she can have it too. Life is changing. These are the things our people in overseas is supposed to bear in mind. Now, that if you want your legacy, check among your children who would like where you live your last life. If I live my last days on earth in Britain, I would just say you sell the property, share the money, and move on to go and buy your houses. You can split one house, so you can split one to make many houses for yourself, which is the best and civilized and developed ways of doing things. But if you come to that Nigeria part of it, it's hard. None of my children, as at now as I stand, that will go to Nigeria and say they want to spend the rest of their life. First of all, they don't have friends there. Even if they go, they just go, they will even go and stay in a hotel to say, this is where my father come from, I'm going to on holiday. And if they stay long, they stay 5 days, 7 days, they go. No grandparents to see, no dad to see, no juju to serve. So what are they going to do there? We're just discussing this topic because we want, like all of us here now, we are aging, we are getting old, and we should try and be the tools to be used to change things around.
Oh.
Before the
I
end
still
of
have
our
a question. My question is
Go
not
on.
just finished. Okay.
Go on.
A family that have almost 7 wives.
Yeah.
This family have 7 wives.
Yeah.
The senior son, they gave the house to the senior son in the village.
Yeah.
That house is a very mighty house, very big house. Even you can see they call it Oterodo. You will see 2 Oterodo in the building.
Yeah, boy.
So they give that house to the one in the village. But the big house in Benin, they said, don't sell it to nobody. All my children that is moving here and all my children have to have one house in that house.
Yes.
Not
one room. You can have
one room. Among those 7 wives, they have many children. 1 born 8, 1 born 9, 1 born 7. All of them, they have many children. Among the 7 wives.
The house go, all of the house go just die natural death. Nobody go repair.
Joint property.
No, what I'm trying to say now, after they have shared the rooms among the house there, they say, you have that room, you have that room. But they give the main house, the big main house, to the one in the village, to the one in the village, to the senior son. There is another main big house again. They share it into 2. Give one part to one another woman children. They give another one to another woman children. They share property in the village to another woman in the village. All of them have everything. But the one in Benin City, which is a big house also, they did not give it to no one among all the children. They did not say, you the senior son, you own this land, you own this house. They did not say it when they were sharing those property, because they said their father told them that that house should not be given to no one. All the children should have to have that house.
The father, I think that man didn't use sense. What if the children grow up and they marry? They have
Now
black
the women,
family.
these are not
They will
women,
move.
these are men now. These are men,
Yes.
these are men, they all grow up now. They
They
all
have
have their own houses.
now. They
They
have their
all
own
have
houses
their own
now.
houses. It is not their children. It is not their children. But about the children now, one of the senior sons which have the bigger house in the village said, this is my father's house because my father is the first son. But they said they did not share it to your father. They share it to everybody. You cannot drive me out of the house. The other one said, you cannot drive me out of the house. The other one said, you cannot drive me out of the house.
I leave that one for Prince Osas to talk. Because that
how do you find that?
I think that confusion
is caused by the father.
Full disagreement from the children, and to whom will also be the Okaibe, is a confusionist in that family. Are you hearing me? Because the dead does not talk.
No.
If the dead talk, they would have gone back to the father to ask him, what do you pronounce about that house? Since the dead did not talk, there is one I experienced through my father. Because I was a PRO to my father. Anywhere he sent, I go with it, send me message. One of their person, they are died. My father sent somebody to go and do the Okaibe. The last woman the man married has little children. But they don't have enough house they will share for those children. What did they do? They took the children of that woman and what do I mean? They took those little children, they give it to the senior son. These are not your son. Train them to their secondary school as you are going to train your children. And he accepted. They took the other one. So after 3 years or whatsoever, you woman, you are free. Your husband is died. You are not in protective custody. So if you find a man or you want to go where, but if you know you can still stay in this village, nobody take the farm from you. You can still be farmed. The land is there. That is love because of the good of their father that gone. The family will do everything possible for the children to unite. That is beneath culture.
But for me, Sha, I have my opinion concerning the one where Star Victoria talk. Then share houses, all the other houses. Their father leave one. Say it's like nobody get this one, but in another way, it is for everybody. Maybe anybody where need where to stay, if he come there.
Yes.
I try to use that one house to create unity for the children. He use and create unity. Now where the children they selfish, now they go come they say their papa don't share that one house. Okay, let's assume the younger son where has not reached their hand. They come from school. They can stay there instead of going to disturb their senior brother. Now when papa they are alive, now all the children be one. Immediately papa die, it takes the grace of God. If the senior one not misbehave, the junior ones will misbehave. So father when he leave one house like that, say they share this one. He used that one house to set as unity for the children, so that all of them will still know that we all belong to that house. That is our father.
Now disunity now it cause.
Cause a family such houses. Yeah, in Amosta already. They didn't share it. Even their grandchildren, they can't stay there.
Yeah.
The grandchildren.
Yeah.
Every other people get house or that place. But that Baba house where he live, the grandchildren, boys, they did there. From different different mothers, different father. Maybe the ones senior one born, the one junior one born. All of them
Everybody is coming to that house to live in that house.
To create unity. To me, oh, but waiting me there's so much say me I talk be say. Like for example, now you will see where father gets many children and things not really reach everybody hand. They will come share the younger one, give the senior ones. Not be unexpected expenses, then give the senior ones. And not be slavery, then they put the junior
It is
ones.
slavery. Those one is going to be a slave to that place.
Let me tell you. Now, women, the same question you ask now, they cause the problem. Now they find solution. You they call them slavery. Because if you name man say so if
that noise.
So how go they come? The time when Papa dey alive, he get 3 children. He don't give instruction which no woman they disobey among the wives.
Mm-hmm.
I know 1 year say your son come your room, come hide the chop. If this one cook today, you go bring the food for 1 bowl, come 1 room.
When Papa dey alive,
when Papa dey alive, everybody start eating with unity and love, and they speak the truth. Then a pa wan eat na egun. If a pa maybe extra room dey that house, his brother or cousin dey with him for that house. That one, if his wife cook, he know they hide, they eat for his room. He must bring it to egun, the extra room. As he go position food to the husband, he will go meet the senior brother of the husband, say, Domonami, Irametiwe, Ajuga, come, the table is set.
How many they do that one?
That is how the home was built, and we all united. But today, we have, from face me and face you, you have a Roma Palo. Roma Palo, we call it flat. I want to live my privacy. No truth. Love, not trust. Unity, not disappear. That is the era we are now. Somebody go there inside, go carry telephone. Where you there? You say, I just there inside boss. Because you know, say, no one come in house. Truth, run away. Love, hide. Unity, disappear. So it's a big situation we need to reform again. Tradition remains tradition. It didn't travel. Tradition no hide. So now human being, now we they hide from truth. Now we they make love, they run away. Now we they make unity.
Man, where he born children, where he be say they call over many. Why you they blame the woman?
So the only women way to retrain this to me. If God bless you with a good husband of understanding, or you have a woman of understanding, if it is 1 or 2, keep them, unite the children with truth, love, and unity. Let them know what is called satisfaction. It's okay. My name is okay. I'm with you. If you are contented.
If you are contented.
When you are contented, long life will not satisfy you. So when we have those things, whether you want to have 10 houses, 20 cows, I get the estate, they are all vanity.
Because it's not yet clear. After they have shared everything, they shared one house, one big house in Ogbe to every children of that seven wives. All the children, they have one house. You, no matter how many children,
one room.
One room. All of them have one room in that house. But now, after the death, all of them are dying now. But the shape things for them, they have their own. They were completed when they were living. It is now children. It is now children. Now, the child of the senior one is now saying, everybody should get out of that house. It is my father's house. My father is the owner of that house. Is it true all these people have to go away and leave the house for him?
No.
They should not leave.
No.
They should not leave. In as much as the father not saying you, they're not supposed to.
You ask a question, let me give you reply. They should not leave. You always speak. They have a Kagbe in that family, prime minister. They should summon that woman. What have we done? Now my father said, whether a man or woman.
No, say
madam, listen, if they talk like this with the echo, I don't hear. When I finish, you can reply your own. Whether man or woman, he said, make una come up for that house. Now my father's house, because they say you be senior, they will learn to you. Now the question, now only you want your papa born. The answer is no. The privilege you have as a senior to hold a Gyobe is to take care of those children. It's the children that make the name of your father that you are going to keep. So you cannot say you should drag them away. If there is a Jezebel he married in the house that is polluting him to say, drive away your brothers or your sister so that she sees chance to possess her possession, that woman will leave because the ancestors is not sleeping.
But the Igyobe is in the village.
Sister, they accept a pa. A man where he had correct. Now woman go come tell us he go do in people, in brothers or in sisters. If man bad, now they blame the woman, the wife. Now mumu the man be where his wife go say drive your family. Let the make people where do bad take responsibility. Then we know they blame when they marry.
Before I use that word, we know what a man or a woman can do better in secrets.
But
something is going, we are not arguing. You ask a question. Let me give you a reply so that I don't echo.
Okay.
When something is going on in a family, as I said, the man raised a laugh. Say, all my brothers and sisters with me in this family are make una promote. The wisdom one, if me and my sister Victoria, she will not go to the Okagbe, to whom in the family, say, a party waiting the apple. They now summon the senior one, waiting the apple. He has a good reason to give, to say, waiting is the offense when you say make them come out. Who is able to talk to this man that we can get the truth from him? They will go through his wife. If the contents of the words is not valid from the wife too, that is the point I'm hitting. We now know where fire from the smoke is coming out. But there must be a solution. The children cannot go. Because the father's house belongs to them. There is so children too. It's entitled to take care of. They can't drive them nowhere. But if on the condition the children now travel out, they are no more there. There are some bad sons. Women don't do it so easily. They will say that in Gyobe. You hear say they're there for Morocco to Europe.
That was what's about to happen, to sell the house in Ogbe.
That is why in many houses like that today, you see in the world, beware of 419, this house is not for sale. There are very many in Benin because the family is not supporting it.
Epa, where me want talk about the one where you talk. Me don't see more than 10 houses where that has na Igyobe. they give senior sons. The wives, their children, they go carry them come up for that house. Make the house where who get in your house, enjoy house where they give her. Some, they even be making brothers stay one room after they don't give her a house. Sister, I don't know whether you know why inside the apostolic lane, Charlie, where papa you hear of that story that time.
Yes.
Even the Charlie lie all of them for grant, make them first son. Now something reach there. Because if papa and his mama separate, if papa comes in this own Charlie, and he go marry a younger wife. When before when the papa died,
you don't use one adjective to qualify.
One. I tell you,
if you see one family or two family that is bad, don't say it's a do culture. It's not a do culture.
When I start,
I call it greed. It is a greed.
From a greedy family.
Yes.
Madam. From a greedy family, it's not a do culture. It's not a do culture.
A panado culture, they have to serious. Other one they come out.
There are some family when the man die, they maltreat the woman and the husband. When there is no police,
wives, children wait people, they only the children.
We are not that here.
Okay.
We are
Go back next
that for people to learn so that we can also correct our what is it not the purpose of so that the light can be open. We also listen to the audience. Stop talking, listening to us.
They will not mute man now because the wind.
But me, I have seen it many homes in me. Where they give her to, I don't want to name them. Where they give you better senior son. Other ones they come except now the senior son wanted the same. And I don't say yeah, people are saying they make it happen. So senior son will just come. They don't give me the house. Everybody 5 years ago. He gave away for a ministry. He didn't know when they give house. He even died to mama, join mother of the papa wives and a best support her, make it carry in house. He made in different areas. The area where back and talk just now. Don't be not to stay house. Tell the papa his brother now those are come, all of them come up. It's happening in Benin. It has become a problem whereby if they give the government of senior son, the senior son now get that the children want to come up. If you read within about the government now start the state now start now the state. The only thing we want to say if as a family contract if they give us other children get right to stay. But how many seniors are not greedy? How many? How many not greedy? Where is the greed? Or maybe they will during the burial, they will follow that one. Even at your captain, most of your captain, that definitely bad people like children were even tonight before. Will make sure that equal quarrel between all of them, make for sick community. It can happen for that Benin. We know that because we can make it like this. Not for that Benin they happen.
Let me
Who
correct
get money
your
pass? Whether na senior one they will give a house. Senior one
Madam
where you no get money go for sport.
Madam Mojiga, listen.
If I don't get something, let's say as is happening.
This is a program. It's not a personal issue. There are a lot of important programs.
Mute.
I make it correct.
When things are happening for the family, we should pick up point. But I want
The
to tell
part-time
you,
is
some people's or family character or attitude
Okay.
don't say
it's
that
perfect. They are spending more than
you see somebody when he you say if I make it good and don't see her, you say that you need addition.
It dey happen for Benin. You no fit deny them. It dey happen. You no even
But the way you
hear.
it's not about when you are speaking, man, you don't listen to somebody. And so when our you was Suluda, when you get up,
Maybe yes, like what is that? The man if he have for everybody, he made it. They don't share that house. Both grandchildren, great grandchildren, all of them they don't do any that until one thing one go one self. It dey up by day every week.
Madam Motinya, I have Madam Motinya, listen, there is one, I know that Okagbe always frustrated the children that was united. Some Okagbe that frustrated those people. There are some children, I want to know, this Igiogbe, is it in two places or in one place? I want to know, Igiogbe, this Igiogbe we are talking about. Is it
Igiogbe is supposed to be one place.
is the first house of the man.
Okay, so not the two. Igiogbe is the first house of a man.
You know what? Igiogbe, the man dey one house. If many other houses, where he did before he old, before he died, where he take his wife, where he take care of the children. If he be say na the man house, na the man.
Madam Moderator, Madam Motinya, phone call from Vivian Daron. It's a time where I'm already alone. Vivian Daron want to contribute. Go ahead.
Everybody mute. Everybody mute.
The pigeon.
Okay, they say pigeon. Not be say my papa built, it not reach my hand. Now they cry for. What they cry for say, make the way where papa they born man, now they born woman. Why we the women with the downside? Maniku, Ototo Maji, boss here radio. Osaba Wesi, Ugata Epawe, we do Western. Everybody beauty on now. All the
Pidgin English, I bet.
Yes.
Sister Beth, pidgin English, pidgin English.
I will say pidgin English. The pidgin.
If you are a daughter, you have your rights now. Your brother is the same right. 50-50. I go to a care. You know, what's the name? I went out the fishing. Where's the fishing? Where is it that if a boy has to take everything? It's not the problem of taking a boy, take everything. That's not the problem. The problem I'm having with my Edo people, my Nigerian people, is I'm a woman. I have a right also to have the same right with the boy. Because when I wish you have any marriba, I may be a mupia, or not people know who. A marriba,
Sister Beth, try to talk on pidgin English. Pray for that people here.
Talk for pidgin English so that make other people hear. Make them for reply. Pidgin English,
No.
just summarize them.
Broken English, grammar. Use grammar, talk up.
Mm. What she's trying to say is that
I'm saying that a man and a woman have to have the same equal right.
Equal right.
yes, equal rights.
If you are a lady or you are a boy, you are whatever it is, you are the senior, you are the junior. I don't want it. If a father have a property, everybody will
Entitled to have equal right.
equal rights. You get your 50, I get my 50. You get your 20, I get my 20. That's what I'm trying to say.
I want to ask you a question now. Assuming you are a woman,
I'm a woman.
yeah, your daughter inherit your property, go marry another person. You carry your property, go, you like her.
Excuse me, sir. Let me tell you. I'm Vivian Darose, but that Darose is other side of the story.
Yeah.
But my surname, I'm still picking it up. I'm Vivian Orasherio.
Yeah.
I'm still picking up because some people are saying that a woman went to marry outside, you don't take the name again. That's that. It's I think, like the way I think about it, it's a foolish thing. It's a foolish something. Because a woman can be whatever she wants to be.
Madam Vivian.
A married woman can remain in the family. And why they don't give us our respect? Why didn't they?
They give respect to women.
Our respect. Like a woman, you went out of the family, you go and marry. That family that you want to go and marry to is not another person. So our family remains the same. I don't want, what I'm talking about is that men are big.
I want to ask you one question now. You are from Edo. And you are married to Italian man.
Yes, sir.
If they share property for you for Edo and the Italian man, if Nigeria property value, the Italian man say, we are not together, let's sell this property so that we can put it in Italy. How would you feel?
Let me say it the way I think about it. This life that we are living now is not property issue. It's right. It's not property issue.
Fela say human right now my property. Now property.
Property issue. It's right. A woman can marry Berlusconi tomorrow. He can have the whole world in her hand. It's not a property issue. It's just the right.
Madam, are you a Christian?
Yes, I'm a Christian.
For Bible, did you read it that a man and woman must have equal rights?
That's what I'm trying to say now. In Nigeria, they don't give us the women equal rights.
Okay, let me ask Cyril. Cyril, you are used to Bible. Is there equal right in the Bible between man and woman?
Oh, really, I'm not used to the Bible, but I read the Bible sometimes.
No, there's a pastor in our group. I'm asking you now. Cyril, go ahead.
Yeah, let me correct you there. I'm not a pastor, but I'm a child of God. I understand God's words, and I know God made man. God made man, that's Adam. And then he made Eve from the rib of a man. And I know God's woman should submit themselves to the husband. Remember, Adam was made from the soil. Eve was made from the flesh of Adam's rib. And that says volume. Man is from the land. The man is made from earth. Woman was made from the rib of man. Let me say this to you, and I heard you ask an important question there. Will you go back to Benin and sell the estate and bring it to Italy? Now, that can never happen, and this is where the confusion lies. But we seem to be bypassing something very, very important. When someone dies intestate, which means they die without a will, the person did not make up their mind what to do with their estate. But according to the tradition, the first son travels with it. Now, listen to this one here. He dies, and his estate is left behind. His estate includes his belongings, the monies, his debt. He owes someone. He's been doing business with someone, and they didn't pay. All of that becomes the estate, and so is so subject to be divided among, yes, in the Edo tradition, you say the inheritance is his children. So the first son, being the first son, he carries the burden. And if he's so wish, because he inherits the estate of the father, he carries the name. He also inherits that is included in the estate, whatever is left unpaid, unsettled. This is very, and I'm listening to this, but I'm not hearing this. What become of his outstanding? What is left behind? What do you call that? It is also part of his estate, and that's what brings confusion everywhere you turn. Everyone is looking at his estate. No one is looking at with the exception of his debt that is left behind, that is also included in it, and that is what is causing a lot of problems in this world today. Do not forget.
He wants to say something.
That he left his outstanding. Also,
he says he wants to say something.
Divided on of anyone estate. If I die and I have 6 children, I owe the bank $200,000 US. My first son, he inherits this. If he has, if it has to be paid, if the estate has to be divided equally, all the children will come together and they will pay off this debt because it is part of his estate. And when that is concluded, then
the talk of the property
decide to divide.
She wants to say something
in that debt, but the value of the estate, the value 6 of them.
Cyril, she has a question for you.
The debt. The other value, if we divide it into 6,
Cyril,
Persons
Cyril, hello, can you hear me?
ability
Cyril, he said she has a question for you.
is more than the value of the remainder of the the value of that
Cyril,
house.
Mr.
Is
Cyril, he said he has a question for you. She has a question for you. Just listen.
Let me
Say,
we're going. Vivian Daros, go ahead.
Let me talk. See, my question is not what they give the women. Because
the law, why you go under?
It's a remove.
Yeah, man, who were removing? No need, yeah, stop it.
Wo muhe akagbon kan ni nesi. Ama we omo. Yo mo ko fo omo.
Madam Vivian Deros. Vivian Deros. Akagbon kan ni nesi omo. I'm not discriminate. Omoku or mono kakabo.
Yes.
Nobody not discriminate. I mean, that time when it comes to estate,
what we said is that depends how many property where the father gets. All children supposed to get their own share, but whereby you not get many property.
I think the line is spent.
Where at Vikurea?
Have you kura. If you are not here, all men not to know. If okay, we can be.
Dok be marry me ye gboko ni ko ni akawe yon bi a.
It good make we speak pidgin, make what's kind of?
Yeah, my small. Two captains run the ship. One must be. I be va okpakare. I got be va okpakare.
I know me audio over.
I got be va de no kare boy.
English. Make other people they hear now. Pastor in long way there with us, you know they hear Benin. So you get to speak pidgin.
What's it? I be va de no kare boy. Okpakare.
Remember another person that doesn't hear our language is with us. And he must contribute.
You have technical problems. That's why we have to meet you out.
Okay, can you hear me?
Madam, we have 10 minutes now to round up because Prince Mudia is forcing him to join us from Nigeria. It's expensive, and there's still a lot from.
He's giving echo. Your system is giving
echo. You are using headphone.
Oh boy. Okay, it's giving an echo. Okay.
Remove your headphone. Your headphone.
Remove the earphone if you are using the earphone.
Your earphone is causing your earpiece. Go ahead and talk.
Okay.
He said you should go.
Earpiece. I think we should round up now. We have almost exhausted 3 hours.
Yes, I still have one question.
Sister Laju, English.
Yes, this one, you will not be so superior than your family. You will not be so important than your family. You will not be so egoistic than your family. This is why when family talk, it is good we also have to listen to what the family is saying. Is it right when family says something, we will say, no, we don't need it that way. This is the way we want it. Is it right to disobey or disagree with the family?
Sister, thank you. Depends on what the family talk. And depends on the issue. Some families, they bias, they join the ones where they get money. We don't see families where they join younger ones, they pursue senior. We don't see family where they join senior, they pursue family, junior ones. Whereby family, waiting they right, family not talking. Then go they talk another thing. You as a child, you get right to say you won't accept. You understand? For example, when I did Nigeria, you know, Edo culture too. I always call it Edo culture. When women, when they never put money for their head, if their papa die, they will say, go call your husband, come. You understand? Okay, it happens that this girl, she just born. They know, the father knows that the man no marry him. But when the father died, now, they say me go call the man. Connect the woman say, who in one call? They say me go call who he born for. Who he born for? Where he live on for how many years? You understand? Even some elderly come, they say, everybody knows now she they take care of herself and her child. Which one? So it gets what his family go talk. Where they impossible for you. In that case, now family know if he just tell you, say, go call husband, come. Make you go call man, where you with another day again. Come. And he go make some women come they force themselves on a man where they be no love because if they friend down he go say, my family say, I want to see you. Now then you see family man, he go reach there when they will tell her expenses of marriage, he go say, you know, they so not everything where family talk, now person they accept. Now the one way you know say you go feed you, now you go accept. Family fee say go bring 1 million, they want bury your papa. The money where you get now you go bring. You are not supposed to go and borrow to give family to bury. Because the Bini parable say no dead body where they no fee bury. Now you cut your
your clothes, not even your body size.
Family go push the man children push say some can go they borrow money make the content do burial and at the they even tell them they go people go donate for junior they will donate for at the end he no go see shishi instead of continue to live in peace after his father death. He go come there in debt. So not be everything that they accept for family.
Okay. But it is right when you yourself bring yourself out. Say, I'm coming. Okay. My husband family is coming to see you people family. But the family will not tell you, okay, do this. This is what we want you to do first. Before your family man comes to see us. Is it right for the family, for the woman to accept what the family say? When they say, okay, you are coming, during the burial of your father, you insulted me, you insulted everybody. So this is what we demanded from you. Is it right for that person to do the sacrifice before marrying, or before they accepting marrying, accept the marriage from her.
That's about sacrifice. Maybe he misbehaved.
Yeah.
So they find
They find her, do this. When they say do this, you will say, no, I will not do that. If you people don't care, you people don't come to my marriage. But you make yourself decision. You make the decision by yourself. Not the family is saying they don't want to accept.
Can I say something to this?
Okay.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Wait a bit.
Can you hear me now?
Please.
Two questions you just asked.
Yeah.
Yes, depends on the family, as I said. It's not in Benin tradition. Are you hearing me? There are some family when woman not they allow man to talk. You say na you, na be the final. There are some family when women when men not they allow woman to make suggestion, even to talk, say woman not get waiting want talk here and man they talk. It's not in Benin tradition. Now some family. But we disagree to agree, and we also agree to disagree. But our end is to make peace, to get the understanding of what we are talking about. So, to the question you ask, put it again so that I know how to hit the point.
When a woman disobeys the family, or then the family find me, as for example, I'm using myself to make an example now. I disobey the family, and the family find me to say, come and do so performances before what I require to be given to me. But I am not stubborn. I am not trying to say, no, I don't accept what you people are telling me to do. You people have to come to my, you have to do what I am asking, what I'm requiring from you. If you people don't come, I don't care. Then you don't need the family. If you don't need the family, let the family go. If you need the family, you respect the family and listen to the family, what the family wants from you. My question is this: is it right to go against the will of the family?
What if family ask you what you no go fit do? Like as I talk, maybe they go say they share money to the children now. They feel say everybody want 1 million. Not be money where you get, now you go bring. Your papa knows that make you enter debt.
To be complicated. To what sister just said. You offend family, you know you offend family.
Yeah.
And they are asking you for apology.
For apologies, yeah.
It's for your good. If I thought they didn't ask, they are your family. It's just like a father. If you are my mother and I know I offended you, and from my heart I don't know it's not the way you embrace me when you see me, I will call you. Only you know why you move forward. That is reconciliation. When you not reconcile, is to give way for the love and unity to flow among the family. Anything you will ask, when the outside want to pursue you or to offend you, they are the one to support you for good, to defend you, but not for evil or for bad. So when you go and reconcile, after that, maybe you want to introduce the man, I want to marry or I want to do this, their own is to rejoice. They will question you, well, this man you are bringing, my daughter, in this family, we don't eat the food we vomit. We only pray for you, you go and visit with your children and your husband. Not tomorrow you say, want to bring motor, I know they go again, you want to kill me. If I thought that to fight or to do everything, now to say no problem without solution, it can be solved. They will call the man.
This was my reply when they brought this topic to me. This was what I gave to them. I said, my dear, the family, they have hold you, in your ankle. You cannot move. Try to beg them with whatever you have and let them have the same mind with you. They will see it and they will come together with you. But when you said to her with them, then you are on your own. I thought to this day, we can say the family, what is the help of the family? In the olden days, family do help. When there is someone is in trouble, when I was about to give birth to my baby, the child I was having, I was almost dying. My mother could not be able to do it alone. My father could not be able to do it alone. The whole family contributed and bring me to life. And that is what is family. And that is where family are united and they come together because of maybe tomorrow you are not able to continue or you are not able to get up from wherever you are. But when you downgrade the family, then the family will not back you. The family will go out of your way. There are some family who love love to be together, humanity, to be together, to help each other. But when one says, "Who are you?" then the family say, "Okay, now you are asking for us favor. This is what we want you to do. Do it before we can be able to forgive you and able to be there for you." But you said, if you people don't care, don't come. If you people care, come. Then I said, that is not a good idea. You have to go and beg the family, listen to them with whatever you have, take people along and let the family accept you. Because when you go now with your marriage and the family is not there, you did it on your own. That man you're going to marry, you think you are doing it now, it is nothing. That man you're going to marry tomorrow, because that is what we call a nikaro. There is a nikaro in that family that will be against you. It's only not the people. Later you will not be coming saying, Azoko say. No, you disappointed the nikaro there in that family. And you did not listen and you did not respect that family. Then when everybody said, do it on your own, and tomorrow you are having problem, you will be thinking people are punishing you. You are getting obstacles in anything you are doing. You use your hand to cause no problem to yourself.
Wait, Madam is coming to our side now. Madam Victoria is coming to our side. Madam Victoria is trying to tell us now that the Nikaro, the Edo people, they do not have voodoo. They don't have juju. The only thing they give sacrifice to, just like the white people, the Western people, when they go on holiday, they go to the cemetery to put flowers on their grave. Am I lying, Cirilon?
No. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Can you hear me?
They are communicating. I tell you one story. There's one rich man in Benin. I don't want to mention his name. He paid his son school fees to go to America to study. The son got there. The son married a white woman. And this man has money. He visited America. When he went to America, the son just saw his father at the door. He said, "Why did you come? Did you tell me that you are coming?" He went and lodged his father in a hotel.
Then, person.
The father understand everything. He went home. Then when he got back to Nigeria, after some years, about 30 years later, the man died. He wrote it in his diary that they should not give anything to that child who disowned him in America. Then that guy is supposed to inherit the petrol station, inherit a lot of properties. The family has to step in. The man is dead now. They ask him to come and apologize. What did they ask for him? One goat, a sokagbe, and drink, and the matter was settled.
And that prayer they're going to offer will transform.
You understand?
Make we know the lay emphasis on property. Whether the father get property, no get. What did that man do?
The father can do. Even if the father not, if the father not get property, if he lay cost on that child, the family will still come in and say, Waga said you're in hand, let us do the rituals to return the cost, to bless him, so that the cost do not go with him before they do anything. It just happened. You said it just now, say, if a man didn't pay the dowry, the family will ask him to pay the dowry. Enikao ancestors, they are great in Africa. They came from where the Bible was written. That's where the ancestral home of the Enikao of Africans. So with this, my people, I think we better bring this program to an end today.
Yes.
I want, before we go, I will want people to give word of advice. 2 minutes. I'll start with Pa Cirilon. Short and
okay.
Very brief. Short advice.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Now, word of advice. As the Bible says, love your neighbors as yourself. Be honest with one another. Acknowledge everyone who they are. Without love, there will be no peace. And without peace, there will always be hate. When it comes to division of property, estate, there are laws of the land. There are traditions that have to be followed. When these are not adhered to, brings confusion. Respect the tradition of the land. In the Edo tradition, the family name continues. The name of the family, the man, the male, they are truly the inheritance of the father's estate. The name should not be trampled on. Leave it alone. The woman, if you make changes with the name through marriages, you respect the name that you inherited by law. The men, you carry the family name. That goes on. It never be tampered with. With all due respect, there's room for everyone. But please, respect the laws of the land. And when it comes to Benin, the Edo people, continue with your tradition. Don't change it for no other tradition. It is yours. It's a God-given gift to you. Don't change it. Either for European, Chinese, whoever they are. Let them follow their tradition. Leave the Edo tradition alone. Respect it. The name, the family name remains untouched. Respect our tradition. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.
Madam Mweti, now your turn. Now you go. Now you they do your work. Make you continue with your job. You don't choose man. I may you choose woman.
Sir Victoria, I beg, give your advice.
Because I say equal right. Man,
if nobody is fighting equal rights, now respect to one another. Now we they talk. Make we respect each other. Not be equal right. We can never be equal.
I like that.
My brother, my sisters, people that have been watching us. May God bless you all. This is a very important topic we have been talking since. We have learned about it. We have to take it. When God created us to this world, He give us the authority to be dominant over everything on earth. But He also give us His own law to respect one another, not to step on another person's tone, to see how he will react or how he will behave. When we have love among us, this property of a thing we are talking is not going with us back to the heaven. No matter how we build we build and build, none of them is going with us to the earth when we goes away. It's only the good name. Let us respect one another, and let us also love one another. The greed that is in, please let us depart away from greed and give. Let us respect. It is respect. It is respect and love. When you love one another, there is no trouble. There is no way, no path you cannot pass through. When there is love. That is only what I want people to know. Our woman. We should have our woman.
The advice wey me wan give na song I first sing. He say, "Wani simi huo, wari ruenwa beguhuo. Eno wina hoe o je wuse aerumu titi ma."
Magwe so.
It so. Never.
Wari ruenwa beguhuo. My advice say we dey see fathers wey no even buy land before he die. The children still remain united. Property, e no reach to divide family. E no reach to divide the love where siblings supposed to get. Papa, where he gather the wealth, na he die, where una bury. Una where he want inherit the wealth, una say because of the property, una no come be brothers again. Yeah. Some no go there, some no one the other one again. My people, make we know the lay emphasis on wealth. All those ones are just material things. As we dey talk since, some people dey hospital, they struggle for their life. Some don't give up. So make we still know, say one day it go still be our turn. That friendship, that unity where it dead when we never know say Baba get property where we want drag. That time we small, everybody they play together. That kind love, make we let them still dey. And make we respect who respect is given. Respect should also be acquired. Person where be senior, he don't be senior. Whether na man or na woman, not because of property, go they insult your elders or your family, make them come be said they come find you. Apart from said property of family, nothing be like you get your family behind you. Nothing. Even if you never drink their milk, you never drink their water. When people see the people where they behind you, hardly before they will know say you never drink their water, but fear go see catch them. So make we respect our family, because that our family now be the tree where we grow come out. Now that's what me want give. Prince, I bet make you still give your advice.
My little advice to everyone, please, if a pride, because you have money, have disconnected you to cause your family, you are not reconciliated, please, you better reconciliate. Money is a slave. It's meant to spend. Money, we kept it in the pocket. We speak for it. In Benin, we say, "Tag Moanigo, you go to boy one." If you have it more than enough, because of that, say your family is not, who senior you say you they begin the insult, you are inheriting a curse. You better make a reconciliation immediately. If you hear the sound of my voice, call that Okagbe or your senior brother or whatsoever, whether man or woman. He will not ask you why you calling me today. Abi something don't happen. No, I just want to call you. Let the past be past. In every tradition, in every culture, as a Benin person, stop using your mouth to condemn your culture, your tradition. Be proud of it. And from your family and your culture, when they pray for you, it will transform your life. That is my advice to everyone hearing me this evening. So through that prayer, you will be free and free indeed. God bless you all.
Thank you. Okagbe, anyone?
Yeah, thank you. My own and short advice. My people, we don't see on today. We spent 3 hours exactly now for this program. It's just because the love we have for Edo culture. As this program starts, is to see with the discussion how we go take bring peace, how we go take modify the culture to suit everybody. It's not fair because of properties. When we were young, we eat together, we bath together, we talk everything together. Because of properties just come now, this inheritance, as our brother Cyril call am, estate, come turn to say they turn to life enemy. And this na property wey be say some people don sell, give one dirty person for airport, make take carry am to Europe or America. And Oyibo go return, the immigration go return those people back to their country. Nothing dey happen. Some go hang up for Lagos. Shame no go reach them, let them enter house again. Na this world we come meet those property. All the land wey we dey fight for today, e don dey that place since time immemorial, since God created this world. People don use them, they don go. So why should we fight? Why should we quarrel for land? Why should we quarrel among ourselves because of property? Again, I just want to use this opportunity to tell everybody, all of us in Europe now, very few young people now they fit enter Europe and America now. The ones wey dey here, we don dey old. Make we get sense. Now we be the tools wey God go use to change this narrative. That narrative wey be say man and woman we dey discriminate. Man and woman, dem go say you be woman, you be man, you no fit talk where I talk, you no fit enter this and all. We don see am, the Europe wey we dey come. Women now, they don dey turn to archbishop. Women now don dey turn to prime minister. Woman don dey turn to king. So na so God take create am. Na time, na development, na it reach that level. But for God hand, I'm not sure say God will create that law from time, many years, thousands of years ago. Say na man. Yes, those na the period where man they go war, where man they go fight war, go die, go inside bush, fight animal to bring food, come for woman for house. As it don't reach now, even for Benin, we hear how Idia went to Ida go fight for Benin people. Woman don't they carry many responsibilities we men supposed to do, especially our women with the Europe. That na the real truth. They don't turn to India years ago. So with this, I go greet our brother Gabriel Osamu. Just join us late. I beg Gabriel, may you subscribe to our YouTube channel. May you share this video. You know, say a lot of people supposed to date this Benin Ibota. make we begin to contribute how we take move Edo up. Not be only light, not be only road wey good, express road or overhead bridge na we need. Our culture need to change too. We need to develop our Edo tradition. You see somebody with us today, you only come to Benin, come visit us. You can't say, yes, this is now where my ancestors come from. You fall in love with the place. That is Cirilon. He's joining us from all the way from St. Martins in the Caribbean to join us on this program. Mr. Osamu Gabriel, you have to find way to join us to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that anytime we will come out, we say good day, see you, and you say good day, share the program too. Now God will bless everybody. Next week we will still come again. We will still talk about this our Edo culture. We not let them go. We will look for ways to develop her. So as we talk, so me will talk, but they ask me question. Say if I did kind of position, if my papa, I mean I born girl, child, senior one, now I be senior. The rest now boys how to share and I see the way I take talk just now. Which give me that mind to talk like that. Be say me don't stay for developed country. I don't see how world be that it can be modified. That the woman can have that, can have this, can have that. The worst way go happen, maybe Hure go liable. Not do well.
Where the platform. Una do well, Stabella, Naomi, Miss Africa, even Sister Doris Odion, she was here too. Then Osamu Gabriel, thank you. Many names are here. I cannot mention all. I really appreciate una. I bet coming Sunday, make una try, make una still there with us. But if they pay me say we know they share this video. Make we dey share and make it dey go many people hand. I beg. Una do well. I beg, may I just say happy birthday to my senior sister as she celebrate her birthday today. Mrs. Dorothy Osaiti Obayagbona. Happy birthday. I wish you many
birthday, Osaiti Obayagbona. God will bless you many years to many more years to return.
Amen.
If you do me, cut our cake, come over.
She go bring her. Thank you all my panels. Thank you.
And Madam, when I made mistake, Prince Mudia go do burial yesterday. In spite of saying,
why not tell us? I for come. If me not in Nigeria, I get many people for Nigeria where for come. We not here. Oh, January normal.
It's my in-laws burial. It's a little just for the 6 years. So because of the children, we need the support for them.
Funny enough, now my nephew wife now he died. Where he go to burial. Now he manage the whole affair. Me never even sit and talk to them. Now tomorrow me go talk to them.
May her soul
rest in peace.
Amen.
Madam Victoria, I do the by man who supported Tinubu now.
Let's close this chapter. It's not for your politics.
Happy birthday, man. Where do they buy Tinubu?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Makawene. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Pass it along. You not say happy birthday to our sister.
I'm so sorry. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. You know, I am so good at saying this one.
Yes.
You know, there's so many birthdays this month. You know, I'm so happy when someone celebrates a new year. And I can't stop giving God thanks for blessing, no matter who it is. It's such a precious year. And you know, for me, to all my loved ones, my friends, I always say, for each year God added to it,
My
there
senior
are 40, 50, there are 40, 50 more coming.
Yeah.
birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. And you know, yes, it's so good. It is so good when you move up in age. You know, moving up to a new class. Every year
Yes.
you move up to a new year, to a new class, you celebrate. You're happy. I am
Yeah.
so happy for her. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mama. Happy birthday. I'm so proud of her. I am so
Thank
proud of her. I wanted to send my regards to her and let her know that God is going to bless us so much with many, many more. Many,
Yeah.
many more. I wish to pray for this. He will bless her with more prosperous years.
Amen.
Amen.
God bless her. And God bless her because she's your mother. She's our
Amen.
mother. You have a wonderful mother. God bless you, dear.
Bye-bye.
Yes. Bye bye.
Magi miena ya ikoduko.
God bless you all.